Hey guys, I'm Roland Techusiast, and I've been using the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus for over 2 weeks, and here's how it went. Let's take a look. Infinix's latest Note 40 Pro Plus is a gorgeous device that sports many high-end and mid-range features that you don't usually see in a device that starts below $500. It looks stunning with its fake leather-like cover on the back, while the front is covered by an unknown version of Gorilla Glass. And while I don't normally like gold accents on anything, I really like how Infinix managed to complement this vintage green style with a subtle charm, making the phone feel more premium. The Note 40 is a sleek looking device that looks beautiful from all angles, and I greatly appreciate Infinix focusing on usability and good looks. Fortunately, the company didn't sacrifice on anything, and it packs just about everything you need in a modern device, even a few extras. One of those extras is the active halo panel placed on the back camera island, but I'll discuss that functionality of this unique LED display in just a bit. The phone features a volume rocker and a power button on the right side, an IR port on the top, and a USB-C port on the bottom. It also has JBL tuned stereo speakers, and it comes with NFC, FM radio and wireless charging, but more on that later. Despite the large form factor, the phone looks amazing, which helps make it very user friendly and easy to handle. I've never encountered any issues related to the size, and it was more than comfortable for all of my daily use cases. To top it all off, it even has an IP53 certification protecting it from dust and splashes, which is greatly appreciated for a device at this price. The Note 40 Pro Plus is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7020 chipset, and my device has 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. When it comes to performance, the phone ran most demanding games with ease, although titles like Diablo Immortal were sometimes a bit choppy, even in the lowest settings. When it came to general use, the phone handled everything with ease. It wasn't the fastest device I've ever used, but I didn't experience any major slowdowns that would have raised any eyebrows. Switching between apps was always smooth and swift, making the overall experience even better and more immersive. Despite the mid-range chipset, the phone can easily run most graphics intensive games at low settings. However, if you plan on playing more demanding games online, you might experience a few slowdowns and a choppy behavior. If you stick to general games, the phone will do an outstanding job handling tasks in the background, running your favorite games smoothly. Overall, the Note 40 Pro Plus is an absolute gem in its category. It's perfectly suitable for casual gamers and those looking for a solid mid-ranger for casual and everyday tasks, such as browsing the web, catching up on social media and more. Given the fairly large form factor, the phone feels compact. Infinix equipped the Note 40 Pro Plus with a 6.78-inch AMOLED display that comes with a 120Hz panel and up to 1300 nits of peak brightness. The bezels on the top are slim, and due to the 55-degree curved panel, they are practically non-existent on the sides. As you might have already expected, my only nitpick about the display is the curves. The curved sides make it extremely difficult to type on, so it shouldn't come as a surprise that I still haven't gotten over the gymnastic this phone requires. The curved display really ruins the overall experience for me, as it makes typing more difficult and tapping on buttons in various games a little more challenging. Having said that, the display looks stunning, and it's bright, colourful and excellent for watching movies and videos. It's large enough to handle multiple apps, and games were also smooth thanks to the 120Hz refresh rate. The punch hole cutout at the top didn't disturb the overall experience, and I like that it didn't take up a lot of space while watching videos and using social media. The display is plenty bright for outdoor use, and while it might not be the brightest panel out there, it's really good for the price. The other slight nitpick I found is that the optical under display fingerprint reader is placed a bit too low to my liking, making the unlocking process a bit more challenging. It took me about a week to build up muscle memory to get used to the placement, so it's not a big problem. Infinix doesn't have the same software support reputation as other companies, but the company still provides a decent update timeline for the Note 40 series. The 40 Pro Plus will receive 2 years of Android and 3 years of security updates, which is on par with other devices in the same category. Infinix uses its own XOS 14 operating system that's based on Android 14, offering a few cool unique features under the hood. There are many customization features that let you personalize the device. The Note is one of the rare devices that support both custom themes from Infinix and the dynamic hue theming engine. You can also select a color from your background and even generate AI wallpapers and apply custom icons. Users can also set the always on display, use the dynamic bar to see incoming calls, and customize the halo light on the back. The active halo light is super cool, and it can be set to turn on when receiving calls, notifications, gaming, charging and listening to music. It's a bit gimmicky, I must admit, but I loved it way more than I thought I would. There's also a game mode smart side panel and plenty more customization options that make the Note 40 Pro Plus an excellent device for those looking for something more than a general mid-ranger. There are plenty of features to keep you engaged with your device, and everything is executed well. The phone comes with a triple camera setup consisting of a 108 megapixel primary and two 2 megapixel sensors. The main camera also provides a 3x zoom feature that crops in, adding an extra feature that would otherwise not be possible. There's also a 32 megapixel front facing shooter. In terms of numbers, this isn't the most impressive camera setup, and other competing devices often have better dual and triple camera arrays. When it comes to daylight photos, the Note 40 Pro Plus delivered okay overall results. The colors are often washed out and don't always look very realistic, but the dynamic range worked well enough to compensate in overly bright places. The photos usually have enough detail and the contrast is fine as well. The same could be said when using the 3x zoom option. I wish there was an ultra-wide sensor instead of these useless dual 2 megapixel units, but Infinix had to make some sacrifices and it looks like it was the camera that had to take a hit. The selfies contain enough detail, but it suffers from the same washed out colors and an even worse contrast than the camera array on the back. These photos are also not the sharpest I've ever seen, but if you simply want to capture a moment quickly, it'll be good enough in most cases. The low light photography isn't at all too impressive. Most shots ended up noisy and the camera sometimes struggled to focus. The night mode feature tries its best to reduce noise and make the image sharper and brighter, but it's simply not enough. It can do decently well when there's a light source nearby, but it struggles otherwise. Overall, the camera is a bit of a letdown from the Note 40 Pro Plus, but it just goes to show that it's clearly not its best selling point. The phone will take okay photos during daytime, but it will struggle at night. It also doesn't have an ultra-wide, limiting your power or creativity. The phone comes with a 4600 mAh battery, which Infinix claims can last a full day on a single charge. I can attest to that and confirm that it can indeed do that. I browsed the web and used social media apps and played a few games here and there, watching videos on YouTube, and I still ended up with plenty of juice left for the rest of the day. Conservative users will be able to make it to the second day, but they'll likely have to top up in the morning. And speaking of which, the device supports 100 watt fast wired and 20 watt wireless charging. It's worth pointing out that Infinix provides a 100 watt power adapter inside the box, and they also support magnetic wireless chargers and accessories similar to MagSafe. Putting the phone on charge for about 15 minutes will provide 50% of power, plenty enough to make it through the day. A full charge took about half an hour, which is crazy when you consider the budget price tag. All in all, the Note 40 Pro Plus manages to last a full day on a single charge, and topping it up will be quick and painless, providing a seamless experience for both power and conservative users. So, should you buy the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus? Well, if you live in one of the select few countries in Europe such as Poland and other Asian regions where the device is available, it's worth considering. It has a ton of customization features that let you personalize the phone to your likings, and there's plenty of features to keep you engaged and hooked to this unique device. It performs well for day-to-day tasks, and while it's not a powerhouse, it'll run most games with ease. That said, graphics intensive games might not run well and become choppy and sluggish at times, and the camera leaves a lot to be desired. With all things considered, the Note 40 Pro Plus isn't a bad phone, and I would recommend it for anyone looking for a great mid-ranger that provides all of the essentials and even more at a very affordable price tag. I really like the overall software experience and features, and while there was a lot of bloatware, most of the pre-installed apps were removable. The phone will receive 2 years of Android updates, which is also on par with other devices in the same category. However, if photography and performance is more important than fast wired and magnetic wireless charging, you might want to skip the Note 40 Pro Plus and consider a slightly more expensive device such as the Google Pixel 8a or the Galaxy A55. And there you have it. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. With all this said, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.